Have you ever wondered how a simple burger joint became a global icon? Let's dive into McDonald's rapid expansion in the 1970s. The decade began with a flavorful leap into Central America as McDonald's opened its doors in Costa Rica in 1970, marking its first venture outside North America. Soon after, in 1971, the Golden Arches shone in Japan, introducing the first Asian McDonald's in bustling Tokyo. This was quickly followed by a European debut in the Netherlands in August of that same year. Germany not only welcomed its first McDonald's but also introduced a novel concept, serving alcohol, a unique adaptation to local tastes. Meanwhile, down under in Australia, the brand continued to sizzle with its first restaurant opening, bringing the iconic burgers to yet another continent. As McDonald's crossed new borders, it wasn't just selling burgers, it was crafting a global brand. With growth came innovation. The 1970s were not just about expansion, but also about revolutionizing the fast food experience. The decade kicked off with McDonald's planting its golden arches across the globe. In 1970, the brand made its debut in Costa Rica, marking its third international market. By the following year, McDonald's had not only entered the Asian market by opening its first location in Japan, but also set its sights on Europe with its first restaurant in the Netherlands, closely followed by Germany and Australia. These were not just new restaurants. They were the beacons of American fast food culture spreading across continents. Innovation was not confined to geographic expansion. 1972 was a landmark year when McDonald's sales soared to $1 billion through a network of over 2,000 restaurants. This financial milestone underscored the brand's growing influence and market penetration. 1973 saw the introduction of the playful and family-friendly McDonald's Playland in California, transforming the dining experience into a family entertainment adventure. That same year, the menu expanded to include the Quarter Pounder, a burger that promised more meat and more flavor, quickly becoming a staple for burger enthusiasts. The innovation streak continued with the introduction of the Egg McMuffin in 1975. This breakfast sandwich, combining egg, cheese, and ham on an English muffin, pioneered the concept of breakfast at fast food chains, setting a trend that many would follow. Perhaps one of the most revolutionary ideas was the introduction of the drive-thru in 1975 in Arizona. Designed to cater to soldiers from nearby Fort Huachuca who could not wear their uniforms outside their vehicles, this concept dramatically reshaped the convenience of fast food, emphasizing speed and accessibility. By 1978, McDonald's was celebrating the opening of its 5,000th restaurant in Japan. And just a year later, it introduced the Happy Meal, combining food, a drink, and a toy, which became an instant hit among children globally. By the end of the 70s, McDonald's wasn't just a restaurant. It was a destination with something for everyone. The 1980s marked a time of bold moves and cultural shifts at McDonald's. This was a decade when McDonald's not only expanded its menu, but also its global footprint. The early 80s saw the introduction of the McChicken sandwich. Aimed at providing a poultry alternative to their beef-based staples, the McChicken was an ambitious addition to the McDonald's menu. Despite its initial failure due to lackluster sales, it marked McDonald's first foray into chicken products, setting the stage for future successes in this category. As the menu evolved, so did the number of McDonald's restaurants. In the year 1980, McDonald's celebrated the opening of its 6,000th restaurant located in Munich, Germany. This milestone underscored the brand's rapid growth and enduring appeal across different cultures and cuisines. The 80s also welcomed McDonald's into several new countries, broadening its international scope. In 1981, McDonald's opened its doors in Spain and Denmark. And by 1982, the Golden Arches had made their debut in the Philippines. Each new country brought McDonald's into contact with new tastes and dining customs, challenging the brand to adapt and innovate. 1983 was especially notable as McDonald's expanded its presence to 32 countries, with a total of 7,778 restaurants worldwide. That same year, McDonald's introduced chicken nuggets to all its restaurants, a product that would become one of its most popular items, beloved by customers globally. In 1984, McDonald's took center stage as a main sponsor of the Summer Olympics held in Los Angeles. The promotion, "When the U.S. wins, you win," promised customers free food for every American win, a campaign that became more costly than anticipated due to the high number of U.S. wins after a Soviet boycott of the Games. Despite the financial setback, this sponsorship significantly boosted McDonald's public profile. By the end of the decade, McDonald's had become more than a fast food chain. It was a cultural phenomenon. As the 90s approached, McDonald's continued to break new ground and enter new markets. The late 80s marked a period of significant expansion and cultural integration for the fast food giant. In 1988, McDonald's not only opened its first restaurants in Korea and Serbia, but it also celebrated a massive milestone with the opening of its 10,000th restaurant in Virginia. This was more than just a number. It was a testament to the brand's overwhelming global appeal and operational success. The opening of these new international locations was coupled with recognition from Fortune magazine, which named McDonald's hamburgers as one of the 100 best products America makes. This accolade underscored the company's commitment to quality and innovation, attributes that resonated worldwide. Transitioning into the 90s, McDonald's maintained its momentum with groundbreaking entries into new geopolitical landscapes. 1990 was a landmark year as it saw the opening of the first McDonald's in Moscow. This wasn't just any opening. The Moscow restaurant was the world's largest at the time and was launched by McDonald's Canada for political reasons, marking a significant moment in the thawing of Cold War tensions. That same year, McDonald's made its debut in China, further expanding its footprint in one of the largest markets in the world. The entry into these countries wasn't merely about selling burgers, but also about importing a slice of American culture. Another significant innovation of the 90s was the launch of McCafé in Australia in 1993. This concept was McDonald's strategic move into the coffee shop market, offering a sophisticated cafe-style experience. The success was phenomenal, and by the early 2000s, McCafé had expanded to 13 countries, becoming a major player in the global coffee industry. Every new McDonald's restaurant opening was now a headline-worthy event, symbolizing both culinary and cultural penetration. The Golden Arches were no longer just a symbol of fast food, but a beacon of global enterprise and cultural exchange. The late 90s saw McDonald's not just expanding, but also innovating to meet diverse customer tastes and preferences. As the decade progressed, McDonald's sought not only to widen its geographical footprint, but also to sophisticate its menu in response to a more discerning and varied global customer base. In 1995, amidst a flurry of publicity, McDonald's launched the Arch Deluxe. This product was part of a strategy to attract adult customers, featuring a more complex flavor profile with a peppery mustard sauce and a potato flour bun. The launch was supported by one of the biggest advertising campaigns in fast food history, famously tagged, "Have you had your break today?" That same year, McDonald's broke new ground in South Africa. After the end of apartheid, the company opened its first restaurant there, symbolizing not just a business expansion, but also a broader commitment to integrating into communities previously segmented by racial divides. 1996 was another landmark year as McDonald's celebrated its entry into its 100th country, with new restaurants springing up in Belarus, Peru, and India. Each opening was tailored to reflect McDonald's sensitivity towards diverse culinary tastes and cultural practices. In India, for instance, the menu eschewed beef in favor of vegetarian and chicken products, aligning with local dietary habits. 1997 brought innovation to the dessert menu with the introduction of the McFlurry. Invented by a Canadian franchisee, the McFlurry was a delightful mix of soft-serve ice cream with various mix-ins, served with a unique spoon that attached to a machine to blend the ingredients. This dessert quickly became a favorite among McDonald's offerings globally. The year 1998 marked the beginning of a significant partnership between McDonald's and Disney Pixar. This 7-year agreement led to exclusive promotional rights for McDonald's, linking their Happy Meals with some of the most popular films of the time, enhancing the family-friendly image of the brand. McDonald's was evolving, adapting to new cultures, and experimenting with new tastes to conquer the global market. From a single restaurant in 1940 to tens of thousands worldwide, McDonald's has reshaped not just the fast food industry, but global eating habits. As we journey through the decades, we see McDonald's not only spreading its wings across different continents, but also embedding itself in the cultural fabric of each country it touched. From the introduction of the first Asian branch in Japan in 1971, to the opening of the first restaurant in Moscow during the tumultuous year of 1990, McDonald's has been a pioneer in global fast food culture. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, as McDonald's reached milestone after milestone, From its first billion-dollar revenue year in 1972 to the opening of its 10,000th restaurant in Virginia in 1988, the brand became synonymous with American culture worldwide. Its influence extended beyond food, shaping dining preferences and even leisure activities, evidenced by the introduction of the Happy Meal and the Playland. By the 1990s, McDonald's had established itself not only as a commercial giant, but as a cultural phenomenon, adapting local flavors and contributing to the global conversation about food and lifestyle. McDonald's has not just served billions, it has influenced the lifestyles of a significant portion of the world's population.